got a new Nazca mummy to look at, guys. So let's talk about the Nazca mummies. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, yeah, a few days ago we were getting this from Jose Mantilla. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know how to say his name. He says, today I witnessed a great discovery about the Nazca mummies. I would like to shout it out to the world. Humanity is not prepared for this news, but it is our obligation to report. This April 4th, your head will blow with excitement and surprise. So are you ready to have your head blown with excitement and surprise? I am. And then we got this image, this teased image here of the being of the new mummy, or at least one of the new mummies that are going to be revealed to us. Revealed on, I assume, on April 4th. And then we get more information. Oh, yeah, Gonzalo Chavez has a snarky comment about Mario. If Mario has possession of the body, the chances of it being sold are now 50%. Sad but true, sad but true. But then we get this video. Again from Gonzalo, sharing this Inkari Institute video. For several months now, the Institute Inkari Cusco has been aware of the discovery in the northwest of Nazca of the new non-human desiccated bodies of the hybrid type. The Institute Inkari is concerned about these discoveries and possible trafficking in cultural goods. In this sense, we have been trying to alert Peru's official authorities since January 2017. The next entity is believed to have been discovered in early 2024. Comparable in size to the tridactyl mummy Maria, its elongated skull contains a gilded metal plate at the forehead level. Careful examination of its abdomen suggests that it was pregnant at the time of death. Once again, these relics belong to Peru's cultural heritage and to the heritage of humanity. They belong in a museum, not in a private collection. Well, they certainly don't belong in a private collection. Yeah, absolutely agree with that. Are they part of the cultural heritage of Peru? Well, I think that's debatable. These are non-human, so is that, human cultural heritage? I don't know about that. They may feel obligated to say that because they're dealing with the Ministry of Culture, and they may have their hands tied there. So it is what it is. New hybrid tridactyl discovered northwest of Nazca, early 2024. Waiting for the English. Getting the debut, 2024. Here we go. All right. There it is, guys. There is the new mummy. Interesting. It doesn't seem to have a mouth, or at least it's all calcified over or whatever. Big old tridactyl hands. And this is a human-sized specimen. Very interesting. And you'll see that it has a big old elongated head, which is interesting. It doesn't look like Maria. It looks different than she does. It looks more like a gray type alien, or a elongated skull being crossed with a tridactyl. Yeah, there you go. Look at that huge, perfectly shaped, elongated skull. Very interesting. And there you go. There's the metal plate that's inside of it. That is wild. That is wild. I can't wait to get more information about that metal plate. Is it going into the brain? Is it just on the surface? What is its function? What is its function, guys? I want to know. I can't wait. Yeah. So on April 4th, hopefully we're going to get more information about this really intriguing specimen. And and so this is from the Inkari Institute. So I guess Thierry Jaman is going to have a much bigger role to play in this presentation than the one in Beverly Hills recently, which was, kind of a disaster. Some good information, but, no audio for 45 minutes. And then the translation was spotty after that. But they did fix it, and they re-uploaded a better version of that whole presentation, and it was much better. Not perfect, but much better. So we'll see. We will see about this new specimen. I can't wait. Is this a new subspecies that has been discovered? Are there more like it? Because even though it's the same size as Maria, to me it looks different. It looks like it's of a different type. Meanwhile, Dr. Stephen Brown gives a lecture on the Nazca mummies, and it's a really great lecture. And it's a, yeah, that's so funny. But yeah, he goes through the whole thing, teaching students about the Nazca mummies, and anyway, it's really great. It's a great lecture, and he's very pro Nazca mummy. He believes they are legit. And he will tell you about why he feels that way in this hour-and-a-half presentation. So if you're on the fence about the Nazca mummies, I encourage you to give this lecture a watch. David Haith gives a good breakdown of it. Here's Stephen Brown, PhD, Associate Teaching Professional at the Department of Philosophy at Ohio State University, coming out and saying, anyone who carefully considers the publicly available evidence and thinks clearly about it may rationally conclude that the mummies are aliens. And by aliens, he means a group of intelligent beings other than what I'm calling mainline humans. He adds, go look at the data. I'm going to give you the links. Please go look at that. If I'm wrong, I want to know. I'm serious. I have nothing to win here. My job is just to teach philosophy classes. Let's say I'm right, because I am. You're going to have to reevaluate a lot of things. And I listened to the full thing, and it was just a really great description of the Nazca mummies, and taking you through the whole thing, and some of the research that's been done, and why are they bipedal? Maybe because of convergent evolution. Who knows? But he goes through a list of possible debunkings and then shows you why those debunkings are wrong. Really good stuff. Meanwhile, I'm still trying to get more information about this video. What the hell is going on in this video? It just drives me crazy. I know a lot of you guys are just not on board, and I get it. It looks dodgy as hell. It does. And I'm totally upfront about that. But let's go over why it may be legit and why it may not be legit. I initially dismissed that video and the other mini videos showing the caves and the artifacts and the beings. Even though I thought it was very intriguing, it was just so dodgy. But then I saw this interview with Alan Perez Munoz, who is a researcher who was on the site at the time, interacting with the Tomb Raiders, going to the site himself. And this is almost a 2.5 hour interview with him. And he'll take you through it all. And he believes that the contents of that video are authentic, and that the Tomb Raiders were encountering living beings and killing some of them and capturing others to sell on the black market. He is, Alan Munoz is the owner of the most complete collection of documents and films on the case of the tridactyl mummies, according to this channel from Yosef Ben Levi. And so is he credible? Is he part of some sort of elaborate disinformation campaign? Because it would have to be pretty elaborate. Why do I say that? Well, look at all the various props they would have had to come up with for those videos to be fake. Lots of props, lots of detail for them to fake for no apparent purpose. Including large pyramids with writing on it, and other things with writing on it. So they would have had to come up with an alien language. Admittedly, it looks like chicken scratch. So I'm fully cop to that. However, even the alien language that Danny Sheehan was sharing looks like chicken scratch. It's just dots and dashes, or, so who knows? But look at all these various artifacts and props and sets that they would have had to come up with in order for those videos to be fake. I'm not saying they're not fake. But that's an awful lot of props to come up with for, a basically no budget, hoax video for no apparent purpose. You could say it's just to get attention, but again, look at all these props and tell me how you think that makes sense. Now, I'll give you a possible way it makes sense. And that's if that thing does not look like it belongs at all. And that it ties into what I'm saying. A possible scenario for these videos to be fake is if the Ministry of Culture or some other authority had caught the Tomb Raiders and then said, okay, guys, we'll let you go, but you have to create this disinformation, this disinformation, the series of disinformation videos, because there's a whole bunch of videos and a whole bunch of pictures and stuff. You have to create this BS stuff, and if you do, we'll let you go. But if that were the case, you would expect the Ministry of Culture to blast those videos as fake and disinformation. They would, create the disinformation so that they could discredit it and all the other Nazca mummies. And they didn't do that. So that makes me think maybe that's not how it went down. But that would explain why you had this Caucasian or Asian looking bust in the caves, in the tombs, because then the Ministry of Culture could have provided some of those artifacts that they got from wherever, right? That could be a Spanish, artifact of some sort, right? So, something like that kind of makes sense, but does it? Because they didn't do anything with it. There was no follow through on that. There was no attempt to, they would have gone through quite a bit of trouble to come up with all this. And then they didn't do anything with it. They didn't try to discredit it. And it didn't get any play. A few hundred, a few thousand views, these videos. And again, look at all the detail with the alien writing, with this interesting writing, and so much other detail. And and let's go over a couple other things. For example, look at the detail in the floor of the tomb. Just look at the amazing detail in the floor of the tomb. And that's just a crazy detail, and barely even, you can't even see it in any of the videos. You can just see it in these pictures. And look at all these artifacts. But yeah, I mean, if they were going to go through the trouble of making that intricate prop or set from this floor, they would have played it up in the video. And so many props and so much detail. So it kind of makes sense if the Ministry of Culture were involved in providing some of these artifacts, so that, to create this stuff. And I can see a scenario how that would make sense, but like I say, there's no follow through on that. There was no attempt by the Ministry of Culture to discredit it. Now, maybe they expected it to discredit itself, and hey, I can totally see that. But again, if that were the case, I would have expected them to play up the video more, to have their people promote it more, to get it more widespread attention so people could see what a laughingstock it was. But it's so insane. It really is. I mean, look at this. Look at this stuff. Look at this Cyclops guy. What the hell? What the hell? I mean, come on. It's nuts, guys. It's nuts. Now, is this guy, Alan Perez Munoz, on the level? He seems like an extremely credible guy when you listen to him talk. He doesn't seem overblown or like he's trying to push anything. But is he on the level? I've been trying to find out information about him. Is he a con artist? Does he have a history of, BS and shady affiliations? Because he totally might. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's an agent of the Ministry of Culture or some other authority, possibly. So, I haven't been able to find out any information about him. I've been looking, or haven't found anything out. I actually got a remote viewer that I'm acquainted with the remote view still from that video because he doesn't work on double blind stuff. You have to give him something, and which is unfortunate. I have verified his skills though. He is a genuinely skilled remote viewer, but I don't think he was on target with this one. He was saying it was an ET, and he was seeing a craft, and that there were only a few of them. And he was saying it was the events took place in Northern California. Now you can definitely see how the deserts of Nazca could be, mistaken for parts of California. Absolutely, but Northern California, I don't know. So I think he was off target with that, even though he was getting some ET information, and he had more to say about that. But I don't think he was on target with that. But I am trying to find out about Alan Perez Munoz, and is he a credible source of information or not? Or could he be part of an elaborate disinformation campaign? Again, I don't know, and I'm not trying to get anybody to believe any specific thing, but I am genuinely curious and open-minded about those videos. And I hope some of you are open-minded about that as well. And if anybody can point to some information, debunking any of this or any information on Alan Perez Munoz that would either, certify him as a legit or debunk him as somebody shady. Any information would be super helpful. So anyway, just trying to get to the bottom of this, guys. I know that video I made the other day got a lot of negative comments, and I get it. I totally get it. But I hope you can see why my mind is open on this. The range of props and sets that they would have had to come up with, alien languages, moving full-sized alien props, and quite a number of them. It would have had to have been an elaborate deception. So what is it? Is it real? Is it not? I don't know. But I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. If you run across any information, please send it my way. I sure would appreciate it. But let me know what you think about the new Nazca mummy and the legitimate information we are going to get on April 4th. I am very excited. And of course, I want to make a clear distinction between the information coming from the Inkari Institute and other legit sources of Nazca mummy information in the Alan Perez Munoz / Tomb Raider information, because the latter I don't know about. It's certainly intriguing. It is certainly intriguing, even if it's a piece of disinformation. A fairly, robust piece of disinformation. That itself is intriguing and important to discover. But I do want to make a clear distinction between those videos and that information and the legitimate, verified information presented by Inkari and others. So, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. But let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the like button and the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, links below. Love to see you guys there. If you wanted to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below, or by becoming a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you guys. Also, channel members do frequently get to see videos hours ahead of everybody else. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.